Now on your left, you have the Boeing building. But this wasn't always Boeing's building. It used to be Morton International. That's the salt company. And if you look up at the top, you can see a steel plate with holes cut out of it. That is a little bit of postmodernism. Postmodernism is a style all about doing creative, playful, interesting things with construction. And Morton designed this building, so when you're looking down from above, it looks like a giant salt shaker. Speaking of salt, I'm getting a little hungry. Luckily, we can do something about that. And at the bar on the lower deck, there are chips, pretzels, nuts, everything you might need if you're feeling a little snacky. I have to choose one that is somehow that's as smooth as that transition gets before. But speaking of food, Chicago is a city of hungry people, and the big three foods are hot dogs, Italian beef sandwiches, and pizza. And if you're in the mood for hot dogs or Italian beef, my recommendation would be Portillo's. There's a couple locations around town, you're going to find one somewhere, and they have great options for both. And if you are unaware, a Chicago hot dog is mustard, relish, tomato, onions, pickles, pork peppers, and citrus seeds. Some of you might be thinking, you left out the ingredients. If you're out of town and do not know how to make a hot dog, but I am really inspired by that. If a Chicago I'm also legally required to tell you that we just put whatever you want on a hot dog, we don't care. I don't. Some people do. Jason cares. So, be careful. Anyway, the pizza is before you're saying, I recommend the Lou Malnati's. That's in the Wrigley Building. That first building on the tour. They'll give you a classic Chicago-style deep dish pizza. And then if none of that sounds good, I recommend the basement of the Wrigley Building. That's where we put difficult people. Kidding. That's where the Billy Goat Tavern is. If you're familiar with the 70s SNL sketch, Cheeseburger, Coke, and a Pepsi, that sketch is based off the Billy Goat Tavern, so grab a burger and some comedy history. But now we are back in Wolf Point. We are right next to the new Bean Building. Now this is contextualism. It's got that curve in it to mimic the curve in the river. It's got blue glass for the sky above and turquoise northern water below. It looks pretty contemporary, but it is one of the newest buildings in Wolf Point. It is from 1983. Although it is more famous for what happened 2 years later, because in 1985, this is where Ferris Bueller's dad looked out the window onto the parade below in that famous Chicago documentary, Ferris Bueller's Day. Now from this angle, we can truly appreciate how massive Merchandise Mart is, because this was the largest building in the world at the time of its creation. It is 73 football fields of office space, 7.5 miles of hallways. It takes up 2 whole city blocks, and it even had its own zip code. It is no longer the largest building in the world. It was quickly dethroned by the Pentagon, and nowadays it's not even in the top 10. The current record holder is the New Century Global Center in China, which is 3.5 times larger than this building. Now right next to you on the other side of the river, along the Riverwalk on that wall, there's that glass box full of projectors. Those are for art on the Mart. And on evenings in the summer, those projectors display an animated art presentation onto the entire side of this building. I think it's cool because the projectors are designed to avoid the windows. They only display around them so it doesn't bother anybody inside. Everybody else thinks it's cool because it's free. There's not that much free stuff in Chicago. Take it where you can get it. And you're in luck. Last night was the first night of Art on the Mart. So you can go tonight if you would like. I believe it starts at around 9. I don't know what time it is right now, actually. So that's my guess. But you can just head over there and sit down and watch a free art show, or just look at the building. So that's cool too. Now on your left, you're going to see a short red brick building with a clock tower, all lit up in blue. That is the Reed Murdoch building, and that building has done a lot in its lifetime. It is currently home to Encyclopedia Britannica, but at one point or another, it has been offices, a grocery warehouse, and even a makeshift morgue. But this building is not like other buildings. It's a little quirky because it's actually asymmetrical. Because as part of Daniel Burnham's plan, LaSalle Street right here had to be widened, and to do that, they just chopped off part of this building. So as we head under the bridge, you'll be able to see there are 5 bays of windows on the left, the clock tower is the middle, and there are 6 bays of windows on the right. Don't feel too bad if you missed this on the way in. As soon as they adjusted the facade so it would be almost unnoticeable. But now you know, so there's 5 on the left and 6 on the right. the Romans. Back on the other side of the river, on the other side of this bridge, there's a very short, very angry-looking building, 55 West Wacker. This is Brutalism. Brutalism was a style of architecture that came about in the 1960s at the height of the Cold War with lots of social unrest. Businesses and the government were nervous, and they didn't want to be seen this way, so they designed in the brutalist style. They used concrete and raw materials to try and evoke this feeling of an impenetrable fortress right in the center of the city. I'm sure that was a great idea at the time, but I don't think they were planning ahead for the future, because this building is now known as Danny DeVito between two supermodels, which is not the cool look they were going for.